Hello, myself Dr. Jagdale. One more physiological phenomenon. Today we will discuss, and name of that phenomenon is ascent of cell. Particularly in case of land plants, this phenomenon is of great importance. We can categorize plants into herbs, shrubs, trees, or climbers, spinners, etc. So when we look towards trees of different height, question comes in our mind: how plants they absorb water from the soil and uplift it up to the top of the plant. So to answer this question, today's discussion will be: we know that on the surface of earth, some of the plants, or you can say tallest plants like sequoia, have height more than 100 meter. So this huge height, how water from soil to the top of this huge height is uplifted. So many scientists try to solve the mystery behind, and accordingly there are various theories. Some of them, they are of the opinion that physical forces are responsible. Some says vital activities in the plant is responsible, and some says the transpiration pool is responsible for this thing. So firstly, what is ascent of cell? This is a popular term to explain the upward movement of water right from root up to shoot. That is popularly called as a ascent of cell, or one can say path of upward movement of water from root to shoot is ascent of cell. Actually, it is upward movement of water, but here we are popularly using the word sap, actually, because this is not clean water. Instead, minerals are dissolved in it. Minerals which are there in the substratum, soil substratum, they are dissolved in the capillary water present in the soil, and these along with these minerals, this capillary water is the available water and is absorbed by the root hairs, and it is sent or uplifted up to the top of the plant. So through various tissues. What is the path of this ascent of sap that we like to see first? So root hairs, they are in close contact with the soil water. Root hair is actually a epidermal cell of root which is elongated, having pectic substances in the wall. These root hairs are responsible for absorption of water. Here absorption may be due to diffusion or maybe another cause, that is osmosis. Once within the cytoplasm of the root hair, this water is diffused to nearby cortex cells. So cortex layers may be 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Through one and another, water reaches just near to the endodermal cells. Endodermis is having some cells, some hyaline cells, thin-walled cells, as compared to other thick-walled due to Casparian deposition, of Casparian strips. Other cells of endodermis, they are thick-walled, but after a certain interval, one can observe passage cells or thin-walled cells. We call it as passage cells. Through these passage cells, water which is there just near to the cortex cells, from cortex cell it enter into the passage cell. Inside the endodermis there is pericycle. Through this pericycle, water then diffuses to the phloem, then to the protoxylem, and then to the metaxylem of the root. Now, metaxylem is of root, or xylem of root is channelized to the xylem of stem. Water gets uplifted through the xylem vessels and reaches to the branches, then to the petiole of the leaf, and through the midvein to the side veins of the leaves, and then the cells present in the leaf, where some openings they are there, and these openings are nothing but the stomata or stomata present in the leaf tissue. Up to those guard cells of stomata, water reaches, and through open stomata during daytime, due to light, evaporation of water takes place, and loss of water occur in the shoot. And then suction force is created. This suction force is transmitted from guard cells to nearby mesophyll cells to nearby xylem vessels of veins, then to the main vein of the leaf, which is channelized to the petiole of the leaf, which is attached to the stem xylem, and then this suction force is transmitted up to root, and metaxylem of root, then to protoxylem of root, then to pericycle, then to the passage cell, then to the cortex layers, and lastly this suction force reaches up to the root hair, and this suction force is responsible for absorption of water from surrounding, and like this the process goes on. This is what related to the path of ascent of sap. See, this force of transpiration pull is responsible for ascent of sap is the fact. What favors the ascent of sap? What favors the ascent of sap? what favors the ascent of sap by this mechanism of transpiration pull, or we can say cohesive force theory, it is also called as a. So properties of water, they favors this theory कि maybe, or this is the theory or mechanism of responsible for ascent of sap. So cohesive properties of water and adhesive properties of water, both these things, they favors the movement of water through the xylem vessels, through the lumen of the xylem vessels. So adhesive forces of water attaches water molecules to the inner side of the lumen of the xylem vessels, and cohesive properties of water, they keep the water column continuous. And these two properties of water are very important to keep the water column continuous, and also to uplift the water up to any height of the plant. Any height of the plant. So all other theories, we can keep them aside, but we are just focusing towards the importance of this theory. So this is the force, transpiration pull or suction force, which is responsible for ascent of sap, makes the land plants to absorb water from underground water table to its top or to its shoot. And the problem or mystery behind how water is uplifted can be explained like this. See, when we think about the plants, what might be the reason how plants absorb water? So any illiterate can think over this. And now if we, in a very simple manner, just see how this mechanism occur, that I have tried to explain you. Thank you.